Hello, magical souls. How are you? Happy Friday. So I'm just going to hang on and just double check I'm connecting. And then I shall share with you something I was just speaking about. I had a lovely conversation in someone else's Facebook group. She invited me in to share some things around stress, and it just prompted me to come on here and deliver this for anyone that needs it. I'm just going to make sure I am live. Yes. Okay, so just say hello if you're on, and also say hello if you're catching the replay. I'm on a lot earlier than usual because I do random times. I've been doing evenings recently, but I'm going to do it all earlier today. So say hello if you're here. I love interacting. So I wanted to share with you something to help ground and calm yourself in 60 seconds. And it's a technique that I learned like years ago. And it really helps me. I still use it. And the reason it's so important. Hello, Darren. Hello, you caught me live, even though I'm earlier than usual. Hello, Wisteria. So yeah, I was over in another group just talking about kind of stress, and you know, most humans at the moment are feeling some level of annoyance, stress, overwhelm in some capacity. And sometimes when we're in that state, and I know because I definitely lived that way, things like meditation and chilling out and relaxing and all of those things, even though they're brilliant, they can be very difficult to access when you're in that overthinking, overwhelm, or just you feel very hyped up. And a lot of us have nervous systems that are revved up. Sometimes it's stressful, but it could even be when you're excited and you're feeling very elevated about things, because I often get it even then. So, you know, when you're sort of like breathing rapidly and you're like, you know, and it just doesn't feel, it almost feels exhausting, whether it's stressful or magical. Both kind of feelings create that in our bodies. So I want to just share a really great technique. It's like 60 seconds it will take, that when you use it, it really does help you just get back into your body and just ground you. And I think we're so in need of that, especially at the end of the week, end of the day, or whenever you're watching this. So all it is hold on 1 second, sorry, I just clicked on a funny old thing there in the background. Okay, so what it is, it's based on acupressure points. So if any of you are familiar with EFT tapping, we use acupressure points and we tap on parts of the body, but instead of tapping, we're going to just hold the points and take a breath. And I'm just going to invite you just to try it and see what you feel, because it's a really nice soothing feeling that you get, because we're sending calming signals to the nervous system. So I use this sometimes when I've got like a speedy head in the morning. Sometimes I can wake up and my to-do list comes in and I kind of think of all the things. Sometimes at night, if you're feeling a bit wired and you can't quite settle, if you're trying to watch a movie or something, or you just feel a bit restless, right? And I know a lot of us have this. So it's very, very easy. So we're just going to calm the sensation down. So all it is just take 2 fingers. I'm just going to place left or right. I'm right-handed, so I feel when I use the right side of my face, it just feels easier, but go with whatever. So we're just going to hold above the eyebrow, just like that, and just take a breath in and exhale. So just breathe in your own rhythm, and then we're going to move around side of the eye. Take a breath all the way in, and then exhale. Okay, good. And then we're going to do one under the eye, just on the sort of cheekbone there. Just a gentle breath in and exhale. Okay, and then there's one under the nose. Gentle breath in and exhale. So just don't try and match my breathing, just do your own breath, because some of us breathe longer, shorter, however it feels. There's one on the chin, so we're just going to breathe in and exhale. And you might find as you go, you really want to really exhale even a bit more. And then there's one, if you just put your palm across your collarbone here and just take a gentle breath here all the way in and exhale. And I often say you might want to do another one here, because this is a brilliant acupressure for stress, anxiety, overwhelm, overthinking, all the things. So we'll just do another one. Breathing in And exhale. Good. And then we've got 2 more. So we're just going to do kind of side of the body. So just going to place the hand side of the body there. Gentle breath in. And exhale. We'll do 1 more. Top of the head where all the points, energy points come together. So just hold the top of your head. Gentle breath in. And exhale. Okay, and then I just invite you just to check in. Let me know if you're here on the replay. Just let me know how that feels. And you might, depending on how stressed you were feeling or not, you might just get a sense of just a slight pause. You might just get a sense of just a little bit, you're just breathing in a little bit better. You're just feeling maybe even your shoulders drop. Some of you might want to go around again. So if I'm in a kind of more of a kind of pent up, like I've kind of gone way up into my head, which does happen on occasion still, I'll typically do that twice. But what I'd encourage you, what I love about it is because when you're in the overwhelm, you know, there's a lot of things you can do, but it is difficult sometimes from that space to access, like, what can you do to help yourself? And often we don't want to sit still when we're wired. We don't want to sit still and meditate or do some processes or even work on our emotions or anything. It's just easy. It's just, let's just make it really easy. So it was relaxing, but I'm so relaxed already. Yeah, perfect. So you probably found like, yeah, it just feels easy. It's just nice and relaxing. So this tool is a great one. The reason I like doing it as like a maintenance tool. So rather than kind of go about your life and then wait for your stress to come in and then try and grab things to calm you down. The way I live now more with I do like morning routines, and I use practices like this through the day if I need to, if I have a lot of sessions or something, is to just maintain myself with this. So I do this typically pretty much daily, maybe every couple of days, but pretty much daily. It's regularly part of my kind of living. If I had it's less now, but if I did have a lot of back-to-back or a few sessions, because I don't really work in that way now, I kind of take on less clients but have more space, I would do it in between client sessions. It's a great one before you eat. So I'm quite a quick eater. I don't know about you, but I eat quite quickly even now. I was even worse before. But sometimes when we're eating really quickly, it's not the best for the body. The body doesn't have like a moment to process. So I do try, and if I can kind of, sometimes if you're really stressed, do this before a meal. It's like called a touch and breathe. So do a touch and breathe before you eat is a really good one, because it just helps calm. In the bath is a good time. When you're lying in bed, I'll tell you when's a really good time is if you're ever lying in bed, you're tired, but you're wanting to sleep, but you just can't, and you do feel that sense of wired. I used to do this a lot when I was like kind of at my most ill stage years ago, because I was very tired but wired. So what I would do is just lay in bed and just let my body relax, and then do a touch of breathe, do a couple of them, and just let myself relax. Because you know that stress sometimes, have you ever had it where you know you should be asleep but you're clock watching and then you can't sleep, and then you're getting stressed about the fact that you can't sleep. So there's no point doing that, but that's what our minds do. So if you actually give yourself something to do, and you can just say, I'm awake anyway, I may as well just get into a relaxed state, it's going to really, really help your nervous system. And I'm really big on that, because I understand when we don't do practices and we let our nervous systems rev up, our bodies are going to follow, and we're going to create all sorts of illnesses in all different ways. Our body gives us messages. So let's do some prevention rather than have to come in and remedy everything, because, you know, I don't recommend, if you can possibly avoid it, then avoid it. Preventative maintenance sounds brilliant. Yes, it surely helps bring me back into my right now moment and settle my overactive mind. Oh, good, yeah, because when you've got that creative, multi-passionate, thinking about all the things mind, and I do as well, we need things. Because sometimes it's not even stress. Sometimes you can get really, my thing more now than stress typically is I can get really lit up about some of the things I'm doing. I had like a day last week where I was just, no apparent reason, I was just very, very feeling very on track and aligned and very excited about some of the things I'm working on, and I couldn't sleep. So it wasn't a bad problem, but it didn't feel that comfortable in the body because it was very like active, right? And a lot of us do have like overactive minds. We're having more people realize maybe there's like some kind of ADHD. Let's not label it because I think there's a lot of limitations with that, but that way of processing and being multi-passionate and looking at lots of different things all at once, we're seeing more people understand themselves on that level. It's more common than we realize. So to have something to help settle and make it as easy and simple as possible, I'm all for that. So I hope that you practice and do anything preventative for yourself, right, to just keep yourself ticking along, because we're very complex and it's not always about when things go wrong. Sometimes we have to even be able to ground in expansiveness when things go very right, or when we make good moves, or we see changes in ourselves or in our lives, or something clicks into place. We can get very excited. If you're an excitable person, I know we're all different. I can get very animated about things, so I really do have to like do things to ground. That's why I like baths, showers, and I use them as tools as much as anything, because I know that when I get into water it just grounds me, and this process as well. So I just wanted to share that because it's a good one, and it's easy and quick, and that's what we want at the end of the day, at the end of the week, when we're feeling like there's enough to juggle. So that is it. That is my message for today. So I hope that you're well. I hope that you're going to have a nice relaxing, adventurous, whatever energy weekend. And I hope that you're doing okay amidst the craziness of current times, because there's always something happening. That's why I was kind of thinking, am I going to run out of things to say doing 365 days of live streams? But it's like day 30, I've forgotten again, day 31 or 32, whatever I've put up there. But there always seems to be something to tap into. So it's kind of funny. But it's the times we're in. There's just so much change and growth and craziness and magic as well. So I'm tapped into all of it. Some days are better than others. Some days are stressful than others. Some days are more calming than others. So just really look after yourself, and like really do whatever you need to do to just keep checking in on yourself as well, because sometimes we don't realize that we're actually stressed or overwhelmed. We get very used to it. So just if you just keep checking in and literally just ask yourself how you are. How am I right now? Am I okay? What do I need? Do I need a glass of wine? Do I need to curl up on the sofa? Do I need a walk? Do I need to get out more? Right? Do I need to have more alone time? Like, what is it that you need? And just give yourself that, because you're so worthy of that. And you do need to look after yourself, right? So have a great evening. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Yes, I was going to say, where are we supposed to meet? No, I'll see you here on tomorrow. Tomorrow's my next live stream. Sending lots of love to you and MP. And have a great night, Darren. I love it when people interact with each other. So Wisteria's wishing Darren a great night. I love it. Okay, so thanks for joining me as always live. And and thanks for watching the replay. And comment below if you're watching the replay and tell me what you think of that technique, what it feels in your body, because it's a nice one. And if you don't feel it very strongly as well, try it on another. I encourage you, just like you take it and use it, try it out in another like time of day, or when you do feel a bit more overwhelmed, because I guarantee it will definitely help settle your nervous system, even a little bit, even if you're up here, even a tiny bit. It just helps regulate. And I do it all the time. So all right, lots of love, and have a great night, evening, whenever you're watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, see you then.